Got some very, very important points. Nice pull by Martin, I agree. That was a beautiful shot. The car just sweeping by in that moment. So I hope everybody is ready. Ready to go for the race. We're going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And here we are. In the middle of the storm. And the race immediately starts. I did not expect an immediate start to the race. I thought we have 2 minutes to get the basics running. We're already having the elbows out here at T1, and we're already losing it. I saw Lars losing it slightly. Fernandez Olivier is out. Mutter completely spun. This is what you get in the ignition on Oulton Park. When the storm is right at the beginning, this was what you had to expect. And to be honest, I'm not sure if everybody did their strategies correct. It could straight up be that some people are still on slicks. And if they are, I mean, God help them. God help them. We have Lobkov here. I think this will be a quick pit stop for some people. Definitely, some people might have already put in their strategy. Some people might have waited for it because they thought they could make that in between. I'm not sure why it immediately jumped into the race. This could be a problem with the P2P thing. But, we're at a... We already split the field by over 10 seconds. WMD Martin in the front with 2 seconds. In the back is Osix on P2. We're looking at Lars, who is going immediately into the pits for a switch in tires. I believe that Lobkov will go as we speak as well. Yes. There is the pit stop for all-weather or wet tires, while Mutter tries to find his best time. I think they are on slicks as well, hunting down Fernandez Olivier, 85. And right there in the back, as you have might have seen already, is Jericho getting closer and closer into the mix in the battle of P3. You want that podium here. And oh no, Mutter! I think he slightly tapped Fernandez Olivier. And both of them lose it. That was a slight loft tap, and that car immediately sent the back into the front. Immediate sideways. Jericho, does he go in? Looks like he stays out as well. WMD Martin, very, very confident on the all-weathers. And Osix, the new driver in the mix on this championship, is looking for a chance to redeem itself. 2 seconds in comparison. 2 seconds to 18 from Jericho. This is the closest battle right now on the track. We try to get the cars under control. We are 4 minutes, about 4 minutes in, and we already seen chaos. Absolute chaos. But that does not mean much. You never know when the storm will be gone. You never know when the track will dry up. We could see a dry weather very, very soon, and then the all-weather tires or the wet weather tires for the Ginetta might not be the best solution for this track in that specific moment. So we will have to see how this evolves and how this race pans out. Osik still 2.5 seconds. Does not seem to catch WMD Martin for now. Let's jump right at our P3, who got very, very lucky by Fernandez and Mutter kicking each other out and giving him the space. Interestingly enough, we don't see wipers working. And I do believe that could be... That is, in fact, Yuri Lobkov there. He is seeing the blue flag, probably. And all that storm, with all that visibility, I would think he might have trouble seeing the flags. Though I do see a marshal there that is not waving the blue flag there. I don't know what they're doing today, but they might not even see the cars due to that wretched storm sweeping over the lands of Oulton Park. In today's race, there was the overtake, lapping Lobkov in the process, who is on all-weather tires now. And I'm unsure if Mutter is on slicks and just tries to stay out. It's pouring out, I believe, Mutter and Fernandez, as well as Osix and WMD Martin. Maybe even Jericho are on all-weather tires, while Lars Blümke, namely Klesba, also known as Klesba, and Inot Yuri Lobkov had to switch from slicks to wets. Again, this might be a mistake on my part. Oh, and we have a sideways there. Who was that? That was Lobkov. Lobkov losing it. That is very, very unfortunate. He is losing it at T2. That is... It's called T2, but I think it's... I'm not sure it is really called T2. That might be sectors? Or like the timing where it takes the sector from you. But yeah, Lobkov having trouble on today's track in his tires. That might have been not the right idea there. But again, there might still be a pit stop coming when the train dries up. Let's go with the chase cam. No, let's go with the chase cam of Osix. Osix having trouble as well, keeping it on. If you know, you know. If it storms, curbs, and especially the racing line is very much... You have to avoid it. It has to be avoided. Curbs can be so deadly, so you have to know which curbs are allowed and which are not. And I think you should rather just stay out of it. Mr. GJ, welcome to the stream. Hi. Osix, 5.5 seconds, is losing more and more footing compared to WMD Martin. The lap delta says it. 1.5 seconds off the best lap at the moment. Does not look good. Everybody is very clustered around the track. And while we are going trackside, I would like to draw the attention to Mutter, who is catching Lobkov at the moment, and he is also catching up in lap time. I don't have enough points. Can you drink? Sure. Sure. I'll make an exception here. And WMD Martin actually goes to the pits. Oh, Supreme, of course, of course. Thank you very much for redeeming. I appreciate it. And WMD Martin gets out. So, is that his strategy? Is he maybe going for... Holy shit. Holy shit, indeed. Thank you so much, GJ, for gifting a tier 1 sub. That is much, much appreciated. That is your 3rd gifted sub to this channel. I really, really, really appreciate it. Feel shouted out. Many thanks. You can maybe let me know at some point what kind of car you're interested in. And maybe I can see if we can make that happen so that you have a car on screen that you like a lot. Maybe that we don't have in our roster yet. We'll see. Let's get back, shall we? Closest battle at the moment is probably Lobkov, who is closing in. He's now getting faster as well. And there in the front, 3 seconds, is Lars Blümke. Lars Blümke and Lobkov, they know each other. They shared the track multiple times in the Ginetta and in other cars. And now they're battling it out. Lars with a last lap of 21 and Lobkov with a 13. He is running in this weather. And to be honest, I felt like Lobkov, when I was driving against him, when the rain went down, he kind of struggled for a moment there. But in the rain, he was running away. And in the dry, he was running away. I think only changing weather might be a problem for Lobkov himself. And Lars loses it again. Lars loses it again. This might be a strategy issue. He might also have gotten the wrong set of tires in the pits. I'm not entirely sure what happened there. But he has trouble getting his car under control. And I think those tires have lost all of their grip. I'm not sure if he can salvage that. Doesn't look good for now. Let's go with Fernandez Olivier, who is running in a comfortable P4. Nobody really... No, he just changed. Because Jericho actually went into the pits for maybe tire change, maybe fuel change. This is also a thing that could be in the grand scheme of things, where today we learn that you might have to do your fuel calculations while the race is already running. Give me whatever car you want. I'll see. I'll see. I'll figure something out for you, GG. And it seems like Fernandez Olivier jumping to P3 because of people pitting. That looks good to me. He's doing good laps with 14s right now. Lobkov is doing 15s. Hey! Welcome, welcome. Chiro, hey. How are you doing? I hope you're very, very well. Welcome to the stream and welcome to the race. We're driving at Oulton Park, Foster's. You might remember, Chiro. I'm not sure we drove it that much in the Shitbox Cup back then, but you might remember. But that could have been already out of the time where we didn't drive anymore. In the Civic. Fernandez Olivier in the Ginetta GT5. Puts it on P3. Mooder actually left the server. It seems this race is not for him. We will talk afterwards with him and see what the issue was. This might have been a problem of tire compound right at the beginning of the race. I want a race between you and Chiro. It depends on the car, but usually Chiro is quicker. Much quicker, so it's not much of a fair race, I think. Oh, and we have a battle on our hand. We have a battle on our hand, and I think this is Lobkov unlapping himself from Fernandez. It seems Mutter, I'm getting the info from the marshals that Mutter actually had problems with the pit. He started on slicks, and with too few, like not enough fuel, he pitted for fuel, but then was on slicks still. And he also does complain about the setup before the race, which I think P2P lobbies don't have. That is interesting to know, but now we do know. Lobkov side by side. This is not for position actually here at Oulton Park. We are approaching. You're stronger than him. No, GG. I don't think so. I don't think so. Going over the line here, Lobkov with a 17. Fernandez as well with a 17. Lobkov slightly quicker. Overall in lap time. Fastest lap so far seems to be WMD Martin, and who thought otherwise? The crazy thing is, although we did have Storm on for the duration of the race, we are more than 10, we are 15 minutes in, and it's still raining. It's still pouring down. It is still pouring out of buckets. There does not seem to be an end to the rain today on this track. Lars, very unfortunate with a 225. We might have to do a rerun on this race at some point so everybody knows where we are in. Like, we either do a rerun or we do a fourth race that is just pulled in between Oulton Park and the finale, so that we're on the same page. Because if that is a technical issue here, and that seems to be like a technical issue to do this in a P2P lobby where people cannot like put their setup in, this is all new to us, means now that we know, we could rerun this on equal footing and maybe run this round as half points or like something to the effect of that. I don't know yet. I will talk with the governing body of this series, and we will talk it through and see what we can come up with. For now, it looks like WMD Martin actually had to pit. And this pit seems to have lost him the lead. Change in lead. Osix is running clear at the moment with the Ginetta. We're looking at him right now. That livery seems to be used quite a bit today. While they're in the black and yellow livery, that is Jericho, I do think. Almost touching Osix in the process. I think Jericho feels the speed. He has the need for speed, but he can't utilize it. Has to unlap himself from Osix. What is also very, very interesting is that in the last 11 minutes now, we actually have a battle on our hands very, very soon, because WMD Martin is actually catching Osix with almost 2 seconds every lap. He is quicker. I have an idea for sometime in the future if Shitbox Cup is missed by many. Do a mini Shitbox muffler where different Shitbox cars and different... That is really good idea. Alfie, we have to give this a shot. We have to think about that. That is a really, really good idea. You know, October sounds fun. We could do something like that on October. And I had the idea to put it in, like, to basically put it somewhere around... I didn't know yet about a country. I thought maybe England or so. We'll find some shitboxes for that. After Oktoberfest? Good idea. Good idea. Alright. So WMD Martin and now is hunting down Osix. 10 minutes, 9 seconds to catch first place and make a move. 1 minute behind. Also, we do have another battle on our hand that we jump in now while I have a bit of an eye on the first place battle. Oh, something happened. Something happened. Something already happened. Osix, I believe, lost it quite a bit. Because WMD Martin just made up 8 seconds out of nothing. Out of nothing, I tell you. And he has him in the front of him. And he now has to channel everything he has to make the move. And Osik, they're in the front. Akash fighting as well. We do have a battle on our lead here as well. Between Jericho and Fernandez. But the battle for the lead is much more interesting here. On Oulton Park. Half a second and there's a car sideways. I believe that is Lars. I believe, unfortunately, that is Lars. Yet again, the problems with slicks. You still get a lot of points if you just finish the race, by the way. So DNFing on this is quite something. You don't want to do this. You get good points because the points are not recalculated. Oh, and we have a spin. We have a double spin, actually. Osix. No, Osix can still hold it. He is still running. And they're still close. And is that a gentleman's agreement here? Wow. Wow. The battle is still on. And, oh no, Osix lost it. 2 seconds. 2.5. And it goes close to 3. He has to get that back first. Jericho Fernandez are still fighting. They are in the midst of 3 seconds as well. But that looks to me like Fernandez lost that battle as well. 3 seconds. 4 seconds. Almost 5 seconds behind Fernandez. This battle seems to be over. There was a definitive battle between the two. And there in the back, I think that is one of the leaders, I believe, that comes to lap. One of the aforementioned Fernandez. One of the aforementioned drivers, which is either Fernandez or Jericho. So WMD Martin is running away almost 4 seconds now. There you have them. Both of them. And Osix clearly troubled. Clearly troubled by it. And it might be a blessing in disguise, but I might have made a bit of an error setting up the weather, which means it was in full storm for the full duration of the race. And now you see it. That actually made it quite a bit more interesting. With the pit strategy in mind for next time, I believe we can make a bit of a rerun for that. We would still take this as a round. But we could also say that out of the 5 races in this series, your worst gets discarded. Which means if you really had a very, very bad race on Oulton Park because of this, it would then get discarded in any way. I'm not sure if the Ginetta GT5, if the real races actually handle it the same, and if the races get discarded as well. I don't really know. I might have to look into it, because I believe the discarding of races seem to be a thing. It's in some capacity. We have 5 minutes left. Jericho, he couldn't make it for last race. He had trouble in the first. But round 3 at the moment seems to be his lucky number. Doing 13s in terms of lap time. And I guess I cursed it. And there is Fernandez coming down T1, and he sees him now. They are 1 second out of each other, and the battle is back on. The battle is back on the main monitors, guys. On your main TV, there is the main battle running. The battle for P3. And oi, 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 Fernandez goes slightly wide there onto the grass, almost losing it. He now has to get that back. Himself and Jericho in P3 are running similar times. Very similar lap times. And I think if Fernandez Olivier can actually put the throttle down, pedal to the metal, and drive good times, then I do think that he can get that back and maybe fight for the podium today. Also, a driver that is new to this series, to this cup, starting in race 3 and already fighting for the podium. I did see a car sideways there. And there is Jericho having trouble spinning out yet again. And Fernandez Olivier makes the move into P3. Beautifully made. Just by making less mistakes than Jericho, who had a good race running until now. And that is, I believe, not a back marker. That is Osix running in between the battle of P3. And Jericho is probably very anxious to get his place back, to fight for it. That's 2 minutes and he is in traffic. He has to unlap himself from Osix. He has him in the front. He wants to make a move. He has to put the pressure on Osix now. Osix makes the move on Fernandez. And the battle is on. Beautiful people. We are side by side over the line, and we're going side by side into T1. We get a bit of a bump. And that bit of a bump causes Fernandez to go wide and go to the grass. I'm not sure, but in the rain, a bump like this is just letting you understeer into the grass. If there is anything like reports, let me know after the race. I am not making judgment out of that. I am not making a judgment out of that. Period. Some people off track, those laps will definitely be invalidated. Lars is starting to get into the times now with a 24. But as we have seen already, WMD Martin and Osix are driving in the fastest laps today. Martin drove 10s earlier is driving 11s now. And Ossix, 8 seconds away. He is doing better on his best lap delta. But 7 seconds is quite something to catch up to. And you know how it is. You do see that, like, you're losing more and more time. You try to overdrive the car even more, and earlier, and yeah, I mean, you know how it is. You're sideways. So just have to keep calm and hope that something happens. But I'm not sure it will. We are on the last lap at Oulton Park today in the absolute rain. Stormy weather all around. And WMD Martin approaches the last turn. He throws it in. And that is it. Overtime. WMD Martin wins on Oulton Park Fosters. GG. Beautiful race. He sets a 360 right then and there. There is the next one. Puts it sideways as well. Jericho over the line as well in P3. Fernandez in P4. GG with every problem that was there today. I think still 6 people finishing the way they are is still nothing short of a miracle. We had a full storm. People were out on slicks. I can completely understand that this is a huge issue. And we weren't prepared for it. This is what I can actually put out there. What I can suggest is that we do it, like I said, we have in this week another Oulton Park race where everybody knows the rules now in P2P lobbies, that you don't have a time for setups the 2 minutes before. And so that's basically it. And we just remove one race and basically say the worst race of the series is discarded because of this. Because we couldn't really... I didn't know that you didn't have the setup option. I was flustered myself that once we were in, there was no way to change setups and stuff like that. P2P isn't the issue. We accidentally didn't click the right setting. Yeah, well, okay. I mean, I'm not the server hoster for the other server, guys, so I didn't know what to click. Could we restart it? I think I would either run it again in this week or next week. Basically, do the same race again. I had to pit for fuel because of it. If everybody had to pit for that, then I think it kind of equalizes it. Lobkov jumped into the pits immediately. But yeah, this